Hello, hello, hello. I can see the chat wars have begun. Blue somehow decided to be cheeky. Dan has sent me a super before we even began. I appreciate that. Dan, thank you very much. That's a nice surprise to get started with. Thank you, thank you. Good work taking away that title from Floof with the with the wallet. The wallet warrior here gets it done. Appreciate that. I can see you all are having a good time in chat before we even begun. Nice to see. See Dan, Floof, Edster, Ethan. Hello, hello. David as well. Even have AFN here, so this should be good. Sorry for the slight delay here. 5 minutes or so, as we had a couple of teams deciding that they wanted to downgrade their cars, namely Floof and Ty, to name names. So we'll take a look and see that that's actually been fixed. We have 2 races left. We have Las Vegas and we have Brazil. And the big question is going to be, is it Vegas that's going to be wet? Have I decided to troll you all maximum? Or is it going to be Brazil? And is AFN going to be able to get another win with his build that, well, is good in the wet? We'll see. But yeah, let us see here. I don't think there's going to be another BDC safely. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun with this one. It's been a while. That's probably helped. We'll have to see what happens. In January, I'll be a little bit, stuck at home due to the injury. So we'll see we'll see. Maybe we'll do some more if I don't find anything else to spend my time on. Because it has been fun doing this again. I'm doing okay today. I woke up basically 20 minutes ago. Haven't slept too good tonight, so need a little bit of a power nap before we get started. You couldn't buff the McLarens and Williams even slightly. You know what? That's the next season. We're doing a. At this point, we might as well just say that we're doing another season in January. We do our season a month or something like that. Next time, we do a system where the cars that are last. Let's say we do 3 races at 12 season. The cars that are last get like a 5% buff to their cars. But yeah, I couldn't buff you guys. Sorry, rules does not allow for it. You have tried to be cheeky, and you have been penalized for your cheekiness. McLaren needs pick-through buffs. McLaren needs a lot of things buffed, but I am just going to do a quick check here for the Alpine of the SCP. We have terminated that faulty component. And the problem here that is Floof has also been sorted. I checked before we started, but every car as of now is still good, which means we've been able to avoid the Super Saiyan cars this time around, which is good to see. It's a bit of a shame though. I think both Williams and also, not Team Pastry, that's me, Williams, but also McLaren would have loved to get a little bit of that Super Saiyan juice in their vehicles. Yes, I can finally get a better season. Indeed. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Maybe the best VDC was the injury we made along the way. I'm doing good. I'm just not permitted to move around a lot. And interestingly enough, it doesn't hurt when I stand up, but it hurts when I lay down. So it's a bit cursed, but we'll survive. Need a Super Saiyan season? Yeah, maybe. Remember this made one mobile game of the year? It's good. Good, yeah. I believe they gave us a ticket, and I got Teo. Be happy with that.
Welcome.
Super Saiyan everyone and see who wins. That's gonna be someone who's upset that the DRS train doesn't go their way. Let's be honest, it is tradition at this point. Okay. Let me just prep one car. We'll get through qualifying. Maybe we end this stream as Uma Musume, we'll have to see. I don't think so, because I don't think I'll have time for it, but the races are smooth, maybe. Okay, let's get a little bit of a confidence buff here by fixing things up. I think that works. And let's jump directly into Q1 here. and see who is going to take the title right now. The V-Carbs do have a very powerful position. But as you can see, the V-Carbs have decided to leave Rudolph with damage. And the question then becomes, does Verstappen also have damage? And if so, could we see an insane comeback? Just have to draw the redundant SSR? I don't think it's going to be fully redundant, Edster. So, I don't think it's necessarily bad. Doesn't look like Verstappen has anything to struggle with there. Already a second up on everyone else in the first run of qualifying. Been dominant this season. Then Redemption takes it away. Never mind. Maybe Redemption does have something to work with here. Standings, however, is going to leave that really difficult. You are going to need fastest lap, pole position for both races here. And you're going to need Verstappen to score a single point if Redemption is going to take that away. I don't see that happening. That sounds like there's something wrong with the spine, but what do I know? I'm not a doctor. It's basically just how it puts pressure on the ankle in a way that it doesn't when I stand up. It's basically just a tendon. That is a bit fucked, straight up. We're giving the Williams here so freaking tough a bit of a toe. Is that gonna be the difference maker here for Tough's qualifying? Service says no. Still in the bottom there. We might actually ruin this run, but pray that it gets another one in. We tried to give the toe. It was not enough. Drift has got a puncture. How you manage this? How have you managed to pick up a puncture in qualifying? You must have had an incident. It's gonna sabotage potentially a couple of people going to the line. Yeah, how do you pick up a puncture in qualifying? With that, you are kind of in the danger zone. Currently, Bolo, Ando, Tough, Baba, and Ethan in danger as they do prepare for the final runs here. Hello, Maya. Is this great real? Yes. Hello. Christy, how you doing? Floof needs a miracle. Nah, Floof needs more than a miracle. Let's remind everyone, Floof has thrown away 3 race wins, equaling 21 points this season. So Floof could be up there and have a chance if it wasn't for the fact that he is chucking points to his enemies. Vegas probably a screw on the track. To be fair, Vegas did have a problem with exploding what are they called? Exploding things at one point. Pole position, Tough are out as things stand with looking at GT Baba and Ethan, who are running. Well, Ethan is currently being a little bit annoying. So let's see what Baba can do here. Similar middle sectors. Dark Cloud is in danger, Suzuka is in danger, Petrov is in danger. Are we going to see a double Mercedes dip here? Are all 3 going to improve? Dark Cloud out, Suzuka out. Bolo, what can you do? Are you going to knock Ethan out? No, you're not, and it's just 200s between them. Bolo, Suzuka, Dark Cloud, Pole, and Tough out in Q1 here, as Floof is definitely trying to make this slightly interesting. Street grids, yeah. Points are disgusting in the seas. Why would I want them? Because you kind of need them for the whole redemption thing. The redemption arc doesn't work as well if you don't get in points, Floof.
And green.
And green indeed. I don't think I've heard anyone call you Max Verstappen before. But we do love the confidence. Okay. Anchor laps are being set. Handover's already down 1.4 seconds here. SCP says triple purple. Waiting for Verstappen and Rudolph here to set their times, and they're slow in the first sector. That's not good. Gonna send Pastry out one more time here to try and improve our lap time just to be on the safe side. But right now, as we do get towards the end here, Pando, Moreno, Mike, Baba, and Rudolph on the cusp of being eliminated. Floof is also in danger and currently doing his final run. Clear track up ahead, should be no real problems here except for a Sauber. A 43.8. Is that going to be good enough in the first sector? We'll have to wait and see. Similar to Pasta. 43.4 from the Duck. And Floof goes second fastest. But Duck here with a 43.4. Definitely good performance here. Getting a tow though from Petrov, which is probably helping a little bit. And now we're going to have Petrov here being boxed in. And that qualifying run being absolutely destroyed as a result of that. Pando, I believe.
Currently P4.
No, it's not Pando. It's actually Maldonado. Just causing some pain and suffering here. Petrov goes 8th fastest. And Duck takes provisional pole. A couple of runs remaining. Floof currently in 3rd. But yeah, Petrov getting completely boxed in. And potentially getting, well, knocked out in quali as a result. We'll have to wait and see a little bit. Baba, 44.5 in that first sector. That's not going to be enough. You're already over a second down on Duck's time. And basically, it's going to require a miracle to get through here. Maldonado, 44 in the first sector. You are now 2 seconds off Duck's time, Baba. And once again, traffic in front. Improves time, but it's not even an improvement in position. And Pando here is in that very same boat. We'll have a look at Maldonado first. And see what he can do here. Over the line, improves barely. That might not be good enough. Pando here, going to the line. And it is an improvement in time, but does not get out of danger zone here. Danger Man up next. Does also not improve. Rudolph, Mike, and Moreno left. Ethan is in danger. Not a good first sector. Petrov in danger. Maldonado potentially in danger here. What can these do? Mike is going to be the first to the line. Mike improves and knocks out Ethan as things stand. Rudolph improves into 8th. That is dangerous. And Moreno is going to go 5th fastest as things stand. And with that, I believe everyone in the bottom here has done the laps. Maldonado, Petrov, Ethan, Dangerman, Baba, and Pando out in Q1. Rudolph survives by a 1/10 of a second. And that mechanical fault is escalating. What exactly is the problem of that VCARB? It's an engine go bang bang situation, which can turn into a gearbox go bang bang situation. And generally, we do want to take a look here at Verstappen's car. It could also have an engine go bang bang situation. We could see here in Vegas, Verstappen potentially DNF from a engine fault, which would give Floof a potential chance. But it is a shot in Nam, as they say. Let's go to Q3.
And green.
To check my can you check my components? I've had like no issues the whole season. Well, Christy, I just checked your and Colsby setup, so hopefully you got a look at it then. We'll take a look at Floof once he gets a lap on the board, as Living Duck is once again out there and quick, but runs into time. That's going to slow them down in the final sector. As 1-2 as things stand, but there was a question from the Redemption. The Redemption is in the exact same situation as both the VCARBs here. Engine can go bang bang at any time. Luna, fresh components should be the carry of the two. I goes third quickest. Verstappen right now, only sixth. That is a problem. And Rudolph does seem to be sitting this one out, which kind of indicates that they have swapped to a new engine. And that could be Rudolph being moved down the order as a result. We'll have to wait and see. Final runs right now. Floof has decided that it's best to be first, even if that means some traffic. But let us give the Haas driver a little bit of a cameo here. Needs pole position to theoretically still be in this championship fight here. Sorry. Let's see how this goes. Floof, purple final sector, but does not improve. Living Duck, on the other hand, takes it away. Is fastest. Mike so far also has done a lap. It's not a great lap though. And with that, Floof's chances have been reduced to basically nothing. Can still equal points, but I think it will lose it on race wins. And with that, Floof is now out of contention for the win. Currently, Daly here is the quickest of the other contenders. Let's see if Daly can match a front row seat, as Luna is also trying to improve here. Purple final sector goes third fastest. SCP goes second. Immediately gets taken away with Luna. And Moreno couldn't really do much here. Sixth fastest. And with that, Duck, Drift, SCP, Redemption, Daly, Moreno, Mike, and Verstappen. This does kind of potentially give others a chance to get a little bit involved here. Also a little bit of pain for the constructors here. I believe VCOM has basically already won it, but we'll still want to have some fun.
The city of Las Vegas.
Floof is out of contention. My current goal is just to win a race. Well, you have two more chances, Floof, to throw a race, so I'm looking forward to it. Two more chances to chuck it all in the garbage bin, as it were. Pit lane start has been primed. Let's go into the race itself.
Well then, it's not long. We're all ready to go in Las Vegas.
Haas, are you guys okay?
And it's lights out, and away we go.
So as expected, Rudolph is in the pit lane with us. They have given, I would assume, a new engine. That is probably going to be about it. There's no sparks on Drift's car, and that is just a bug from Quali. It's not an actual puncture. It's from the Quali puncture that happened earlier. They've given Floof hard tires here. Let's see how this goes. Duck on soft tires should have the advantage going to the first corner. And advantage Hell does seem to keep first place. For the most part, I don't see a lot of movement here. Only Floof on the hard. There are four other drivers on the medium to try and change, try and make something happen. But they have given Rudolph a little bit of a hard job here after going to Q3 and then giving the new engine here, which I do believe is what has happened. We'll take a look and check in a second. But at least there has been a clean start so far from all parties involved. And it's a bit of a shame if Dark Cloud, Mercedes has not had a good season with components and with luck. Dark Cloud crashing in Australia. And right now also is still struggling with car issues. That car has not been on their side this season. And we do have a yellow flag temporarily. But I did want to have a look and see what they did to... Yeah, Gearbox can still go bang bang. As pole position has had a bit of a move.
Let's take a closer look. Look at the McLaren driver here. Well, things are okay at this stage. The brakes couldn't cope. Just unable to control the car by that point.
Yeah, it's a visual bug, and that will most likely last the entire race. It's just how it be sometimes. But as I mentioned, a decent start here for most parties involved. It is Vegas though, so it's going to be a DRS. swap back and forth a lot here. So at the start of this stint, we're just going to speed this up. Look at Baba. Look at pole position. 3 laps in, and you need a pit. Oh, we have damage. Verstappen.
Now there's been an incident.
Verstappen has crashed on turn 17.
Now here we are.
Remember, Ty and Luna are still in this potentially. What is
Some
this?
pretty big impacts there. Thankfully,
What is
though,
that
they
throw?
come away from that unharmed.
Verstappen. I've never seen that in this game before. I'm not even joking. What was that? And with that, there is tire wear. There is slight front wing damage. Yeah, just the tiniest amount of front wing damage. But that's an insane crash. Like, I've never seen anything like it before. That's nuts. Welcome to the bowler, Christy. As Suzuka gets the overtake, and that's another crash.
There's a yellow
Verstappen
flag
has had a second crash that's hit the V-carb.
and not much that the team can do.
That is proper bad, and then holds up their teammate for good measure. Yeah, Verstappen right now not having a good start to this race at all. Half front wing minute missing. That's going to be a immediate pit stop on lap 5. Could still undercut their way back to the top, but that's going to be a rough one. Welcome to the bottle, Christy.
And down in the
Well,
pits,
we have
it's
a
slow one.
we have a slow pit stop for pole position, and even so, came out ahead of Verstappen. Our tire is going to try and get some undercutting done and recover some positions, but this has now become a nightmare starter this weekend for both of the V-carbs. And as things stand, we could see Luna try and get into this. We could see Ty trying to get into this, and as a result of this, well, Ty is really the only one. We have a virtual safety car. We have a red flag. Baba. That's going to help Verstappen out a little bit, but the SCP needs to win here. Gets tagged by the Red Bull and just hits the wall. And the mayhem that we have been missing so far this season has truly begun.
Sense of deja vu here.
Check my damage
as the
narrow. We'll do that
drivers
in just a
once again
second.
face the countdown. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Yeah, Verstappen now. A lot of mediums, lots of hards. People that gonna want to try and go till the end. Good start from SCP, followed by Drift, Duck, Redemption, and Petrova somehow managed to get up into 9th here. Olo gets penalized for the trip basically that he did to Baba. Put his foot out, and Baba tripped over it into the wall. So what's the question here? What damage does Verstappen now have on the car? And the reality is, no damage has occurred to the components because the hits haven't really been hard. It's just the front wing that was shredded by the looks of it. So could still make some sort of comeback here. It is Vegas after all. I do not think we're done with our incidents. Is there an open space for Season 10? So far, we haven't actually decided if there's going to be a Season 10 Pro Racer, but if there is, we're going to be announcing it on Discord. Yeah, we'll have to see how this one goes. Rudolph now up into 12th. Red flag did, in fact, benefit the V-Carbs here massively. Is there some sort of Sauber V-Carb buddy system out of work here? But as I mentioned earlier, we are going to need some results there from Ty in particular. Luna can't really get into this. Maybe it needs to win, needs fastest lap. Then she is into this, actually. It's not over, but it should be over. So we'll have to see what SCP can do. If SCP wins, we're in for a fun race in Brazil. Copying the field blocking. Currently, Moreno is doing that. Moreno and Suzuka is doing that job, Floof. Do not try and steal. Do not try and pull a stolen valor move here. But yeah. Clean restart, SCP, Drift, Duck, Daily, Redemption, and Petrov are all chilling out front. Mike and Moreno are having their own little battle for 7th and 8th. Then, as I mentioned, Suzuka here, with the help of Maldonado, is just holding up the rest of the field. That is huge for both SCP's chances, but also anyone else. Danger Man with a lockup.
Right, so this was the 4th corner. And the car fails to respond, and they ended up their own passenger.
That is very unfortunate for the Aston driver. Straight down to Lars, and there has been a gap formed here now. Duck. Basically, a couple of DRS pairings are starting to emerge. Make things a little bit interesting. The soft run is here. Gonna need to pit basically this or the next lap, I think. And we have pole position in. Is it going to be another slow stop with McLaren's? McLaren slow stop champions, I say, as we have Haas over there fuming that their title has been taken from them. Right now, though, I'm not going to lie, SCP is not looking like a tender for the win, simply because they are eating through the soft medium tires incredibly quick. Like, they already had a 30% tire deficit to the hards and a 20% deficit to the mediums. But as long as they can stay with Drift and take advantage of that DRS, I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. But they will need to pit within just a couple of laps, and as a result, they'll be shuffled to the back of the pack. That's going to be a lot of cars to get through. That's going to be a rough time, as Pando now finds his way into the pit lane. Mechanical fault in the pit lane. We've seen this one before. It's starting to become a classic now. What could be ailing the red car? It's the gearbox. Pando really needs to actually just DNF it and get a new gearbox before Brazil, because that will absolutely cripple him in his best environment. Get something done. Currently, though, Ty is keeping up. He is now pitting. Let's see where it comes out. This is going to be rough. Hard tires. We'll be trying to go till the end on those. And it's a slow stop for Alpine. That's not what they needed right now. With that, they're out behind Maldonado. They even lost the position to Rudolph. But it's not all bad. But let's face it, getting out ahead, they're losing more position, say Ethan. Getting out ahead of Rudolph and Maldonado here would have been the goal. Unfortunately, it does not seem like it worked out for them. Needs to clear these cars, needs to start building a gap again. Get ahead once the rest pits. Run, Loon, I'll hold up the pack. Blue's doing his absolute best. So let's take a look at it here now. If Luna wins, gonna be 20. Well, it's not gonna be enough. Oh, maybe. Verstappen only has 2 race wins. Luna is gonna need to get fastest lap here, which currently is, I believe, in Verstappen's hands, maybe. No, Verstappen has actually moved up to 10th. Championship could be decided here, as we see a yellow flag. Suzuka with a lockup.
Look at the McLaren driver here. Nothing wrong so far.
Suzuka criticized Loof and then immediately gets sent to the Shadow Realm. I wonder why. Mike is now pitting, and it's a soft tire for the Red Bull. They are going. They're going for another stop. Pando's fault has escalated, and honestly, as I mentioned, this is the best scenario for you to have that gearbox just explode before we go to Brazil. As we have a full safety car, tires crashed. Ty is out of contention with this. That ends
Oh
Ty's
dear,
chances,
a
and now
crash.
everyone is getting
There's
a
been
free
crash.
pit stop.
Right then, we can take a look now. Here we are, going into turn 9.
Ooh.
And oh, there's contact with the barrier.
That is Ty eating the wall. Getting DNF. The question now is there anyone that is going to be brave enough to stay out, or are we going to see a double stack from the Hasses? Are we going to see a slow double stack from the Hasses? Can you feel the tension? The fear from Floofster? It's a soft tie, and it's a slow stop. It's a really slow stop.
Something's not gone right in the
At least
pits.
Floof has a good stop here. Duck takes the lead, then followed by Drift, followed by Daly. Floof only falls down to 4th because they did have a pretty decent gap. Rudolph comes out here in 7th. Then we have Moreno, Ethan. Mike stays out. We'll have to see if that backfires. Verstappen in 10th here. Dangerman stays out. Tough stays out. They've all pitted earlier. Ando, Dark Cloud, Cole, and Suzuka now basically fill out the pack. And this is going to be interesting here because Mike is basically going to need to pit, as well as Dangerman for that matter, a couple of laps after safety car ends. They put both the Drift and Petrov also on older tires. This is concerning. Everything is just coming up V-carb right now. Even when they had the worst start to the race, you could have predicted. Here, the game is glitched. Why am I not last? Because your teammate decided that they wanted to be last by locking up. Hello, Lando. How you doing? Did I just see someone fall down the order, or because I'm looking at chat while waiting for the safety car to end? Going to the end now. As long as the gearbox doesn't shit itself enough. Yes, they gave Cosby hard. Verstappen here is moaning to the team basically that they were given mediums, while Rudolph, the other championship contender, were given hards. The championship for anyone else is kind of over here, but Rudolph versus Verstappen is still completely open. It's just if another team can get into the mix. Verstappen versus Rudolph, still a open fight, and right now Rudolph does have an advantage. Well, has actually 2 huge advantages. Is ahead on hard tires and also has a fresh engine. So going into Brazil, Rudolph, I think, is very likely to be the favorite. Restart has been a clean one by looks of things. Ethan has not had a good time, I don't think. And that just solidifies they're not having a good time. Yeah, Pando here believes he will go till the end. What a fool of a Took. I wish him luck with his delusions. Can Duck still win? I mean, Duck can still win. It's 25 laps on the medium tires, which is more than doable. But the AI likes to burn tires, particularly on safety car restarts, which I think that fastest lap is a good indicator of. So, as you can imagine, if Duck burns tires, there's going to be another pit stop, and that is going to give both Rudolph and Moreno, as well as Maldonado for that matter, Pando, Dark Cloud, a huge chance here of scoring some good points. The Brazil comeback would be amazing. We're all waiting for that. Currently, Drift here and Living Duck are creating a little bit of a gap. For those of you unaware, Drift got a puncture in quali, and as a result of that, it does have a visual glitch right now. That is sparking. That is all that it is. Petrov. Mercedes had a pretty terrible qualifying session, but Petrov finds himself now up into 3rd. Dark Cloud, unfortunately, lingers down in 14th. Not a good place to be. And for Rudolph here, the name of the game is manage these tires to potentially take the championship lead here in this race. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But with things said, I think we're ready to just speed it up a little bit. Pole position is causing some mayhem further back, just holding people up, including Pando. Pando not having a good time as a result of that. And as I mentioned here, the soft runners that did not pit under the safety car will need to pit now. And Petrov is one of the first ones coming in. Hard tires till the end. Gonna need to do some undercutting here. But looking at the medium runners, that is very, very likely to happen. So I don't think it's all gone. The problem is going to be pole position here, though, and Petrov does need to clear this gaggle of cars pretty quickly to get back up into a podium slot. It's going to be a tough job. Luna needs to pit, Mike needs to pit, Danger needs to pit, and I think also all the medium runners are going to need to pit here. There is 30% usable tire for most of these, and we have damage. Danger Man has had an incident.
Yes, we have. We've had a crash. What happened there? Here we are then looking at turn 12.
Another Red Bull assassination.
Within a split
This time
second,
it's the
impact's
Aston
made.
that gets shafted. No safety car, no virtual safety car. Danger Man will just have to get back to that pit lane and swap out that front wing, get some fresh tires. It's an unfortunate scenario. The question now is, will Aston actually give him a new front wing, or will they penalize the mistake? New front wing. Cosby would never receive this. With that, 20 laps to go here. As I mentioned, Verstappen versus Rudolph. Rudolph with a good result here would take the lead going into Brazil and maintain a huge advantage. Molo Bolo with a double kill. Dangerous driver. Maybe I need to make a new Discord tile just for Molo Bolo here. Dangerous driver. Assassin. Crack assassin, basically. Currently, Luna and Duck are creating a small gap, which is actually really, really valuable here. As we see a virtual safety car who's crashed. It's not Dark Cloud, that's just damage. To Mike, no.
Looks like it's the Aston Martin.
It's
involved.
Danger Man. Again. Oh, okay. That's some big damage, and he's just straight up out. That's why I didn't realize. That's a yikes moment, and this gives a cheaper pit stop to drift, to Mike, to anyone who might need it right now, and absolutely shafts Petrov. If we take a look at it, if you were to pit right now, you would save 4 seconds compared to on the green flag conditions. So we'll have to see it. If Drift does take the opportunity to get a cheaper pit stop. I love that we're seeing so many people begging to be picked right now. And Luna decides to stay out. Mike is the only one so far taking advantage of this virtual safety car. No one else has decided to pull the trigger. Medium till the end there for the Red Bull driver. That should work out just fine. But yeah, Petrov is breathing a sigh of relief as the dum-dums that are not taking advantage of this cheaper pit stop. Drift should definitely have taken advantage. This is just the AI being stubborn. And the virtual safety car is ending. Are you going to come in now that it's ending? It would be peak AI strategy. No, there's another lap on those very, very worn soft tires. Rigged. I love that. I love that it's just a rigged. This shit rigged. I swear. Lando, can you let me through, please? You have a little bit of work ahead of you, but if you can get to 17 seconds off the leaders, you're basically in undercut range right now for Redemption, for Daily, for everyone, Mike. You just need a little bit more, and Suzuka has red flagged it. Suzuka has decided to give everyone a free stop.
Now, this happened as they arrived at turn 12. There's clear contact there. Well, they may have been keen to leave their mark, but I think that was a little too literal, don't you?
I know V-Cup is favourite Cosby, I just can't prove it.
And for the crew watching on in the garage,
Oh,
it really must have been...
this is gonna sting. Mike, immediately in the Shadow Realm, you're not wrong. Let's see if anyone goes for the softs and immediately destroys them.
We're set once more, and soon we'll continue this race.
It's softs all around.
And it's lights out.
It's you, softs,
Away we go.
for Living Duck, for Redemption, for Daly, for Moreno, for Verstappen. Rudolph has been given fresh softs. And further down the road, Petrov is on old hards. Mike remains on those medium tires. This is going to be shambles. It's 15 laps around here. It's going to be a push now at the start of the restart. This is not great. This is not great at all. And the V-Car battle. One has been given fresh tires. The other one's been given worn. That's going to raise some eyebrows with the with the visa rules. That's not in good faith right there. Oh, and Drift and Daly are out. Daly has committed an assassination. The Aston Martin cars here are not are not peaceful at all. Luna was saved by Edster, only to be murdered by Daly. And that is a new car. That's a new car for Brazil. That is most likely... Honestly, you'll be fine. Because I gave you all 6 components and the AI just doesn't want to use it. But that's not great right there. Been sent to the absolute shitter. And with the safety car here, that does kind of save some... It does save some of you a little bit on those old softs, but it shafts Petrov. It shafts Mike. And yeah, Daly there with just a straight up assassination. That is wild. Daly being penalized, not unsurprisingly. Safety car is now in effect. We only have 14 cars remaining. All the safety cars, all the red flags were clearly saved for this race. We still have 13 laps to go. Hello, Shay. I'm sorry. Sometimes just the dice does not roll in your favor. And I think that is unfortunately what probably has happened here. I love that my disciples... Oh, the safety car is already ending. That's a quick one. Basically a one-lap safety car. That's not going to save as much tire then, but look at Rudolph, 95%. Maldonado, tough. Dark Cloud, all of them have tiny amount of advantage as a result. But I need to catch up with chat, so just give me a moment. Man, I wish it was a red flag. Do you mind if I introduce Daly to my new shotgun? Well, that's going to have to be between you and Daly, as Rudolph is falling down the order a little bit there. Dark Cloud's mechanical fault has also escalated, which could cause some mayhem here. What exactly is ailing the Mercedes? It's the ERS. That's going to cost a lot of time around here, so not a good thing, honestly. Few more assassination and it's impossible to not get points. You could DNF though, and then you do not get any points, Mike. Let's be honest, you could be the cause of the next assassination. Cosby does a pit lane to podium and I get given used softs. Could this be 4 thrown wins? I did say you had a chance to throw 2 more, didn't I, Floof? And honestly, but since this is Vegas, you need to throw it in the grandest way possible. DNF. Get a red flag. Sprint till the end for everyone else. And then some more mayhem. Cosby did save Q3 softs. I mean, it makes sense, yes. They gave him fresh components. And he saved a pair of softs as a result. It's not wrong. I will not comment on my driver. We are in a good position, and I do not wish to bottle this. Take this banana peel. Currently, Floof leads, Living Duck leads Rudolph, Moreno, Dark Cloud, Verstappen, Tough, Maldonado, Ethan, and Bolo. And we have 4 other cars further down the road trying to push here, chase, and get into the points here. And since everyone is going full tilt at this point, we could definitely have another incident. All that is needed is just one tiny measly lockup from this man right here. Also, if things remain as they are, we will see a almost square on points. Final race here between Rudolph and Verstappen. Duck needs to win to have any sort of chance of getting into this, and also needs Verstappen here to just not score any points. And as you can see, Rudolph is climbing up the order, currently in second. Very likely to try and snatch this win away from the Floofster. Join me in the depression corner. Well, currently, Floof, there's no more Duck to swap with, because Cosby has gotten both of you. And Verstappen has fallen down the order, down to 8 now. This could be a complete reverse going into the final race of the VCarb cars. And as I mentioned, Verstappen here does have potential issues. Namely the fact that the engine could go bang bang. Rudolph has a gearbox that could go bang bang. We'll have to see how this goes. 8 laps to go here in Vegas. Verstappen now getting some overtakes done, trying to move upwards. Gets blocked. Floof trying to get that first place back from Rudolph. Does not want to bowl a 4th race this season. And it would be hilarious if Rudolph stole it again from the Floofster. If Floofs win this race, he would be 3rd in the championship going to the final race weekend, but with no chance of taking the title. Moreno is sneaking up, indeed. He's to avenge his teammate. Who caused problems for Ty again? Or did Ty cause his own problems, I believe. So with that, Moreno has no one really to release this anger on. And Tough currently creating a gap between the top 4 here and the rest of the grid. Petro has somehow using the hards here at the same rate that the soft runners are using their tires. And Tough is just being a little bit of a problem right now. Dark Cloud trying to get by. Verstappen trying to do a double overtake. Gets denied. 6 laps to go here. The championship leader could change right as we're on the cusp of the final race, which will be Brazil, which will have the heavens open up, and that could change things massively. Oh, I think they avoided damage there, but that looked sketchy there from Dark Cloud. Cosby down to 3rd. Well, you're down to 2nd. And honestly, at this rate, I think it's more likely that you and Duck crash into each other than Cosby. Cosby not getting anything out of this, but we shall see. Yeah, Moreno now gets by Cosby, and this is what Verstappen wants to see. Cosby getting 4th here would be huge for their championship bid, as pole position needs to pit with 5 laps to go. Lando, give me P13. Well, to be fair, you do need that fault to explode, honestly. Right now, Darkload and Tough are doing everything they need to do to keep Verstappen honest here. And Maldonado, Bolo, Ethan, all of them are going to be looking to get an opportunity here to snatch away some points. And Rudolph has been left behind by 2 seconds right now. V-Cup driver needs a little bit more. Right now, if it stays as is, it's going to be 7 points between them. It's still going to be a point gain, but it's going to need a little bit more than this. Needs to catch up to the top 3 who are just DRSing off each other. Verstappen now up into 6th, up into 5th. Can you keep that? No. Tough gets elbows out, but this should be a straight-on overtake once we get to the DRS zone. Oh, that is a poor exit on that corner. But it'd still be a straight and simple overtake right now. Just like that. Verstappen is up into 5th. Needs to break the toe to the cars behind. That's going to be a little bit difficult. Are we going to see a tough assassination here? We're not. Top 4 are still moving along. Duck and Floof are still squabbling. Moreno is just looking to sneak something from either of them. Osby is just managing tires in 4th. It's going to need a opportunity here to get anything done. Yeah, right now, Tough is one with the best tires of the ones in the points, mind you. I'll see if that can turn into some good points there for Williams. They have not had a good season. This would be massive for Tough. They could snatch 5th place from the championship leader. Sleuth moves up into the lead. There is 3 laps remaining at the end of this one. And it's going to be concerning with the tire wear, I'm not going to lie. There we go. Osby is trying now to get something done. Get by Living Duck momentarily, but falls back behind. Moreno has taken the lead and is running away a little bit. And Rudolph still in 4th. Can't really get it done. Verstappen and Tough here are just still fighting it out. And that could, again, one bad moment is all it takes here. One unfortunate side-by-side into the cursed corner. And we are going to have potentially another red flag or a safety car. Remains to be seen. Did you see me wave? I want to win so boldly. Bluth, if you win this one, you must shave your head. You have now willed it into action. In no way I'm struggling against a driver with a mechanical failure. Well, you kind of are, and you've definitely destroyed your tires in the process, so I don't know what to tell you. Rudolph now could have a golden opportunity to get by Moreno. Moreno had a poor corner, and Duck and Floofy are kind of running away with it a little bit as we go get closer to the final lap. Rudolph up into 3rd, 2 seconds behind the leaders. Needs to close that down immediately. And further down the road, Verstappen in 6th. Tough has been doing whatever they can to keep behind. But it is Floof leading Duck, leading Rudolph as we go onto this final lap. And we'll have to see how this one is going to go. Rudolph further down the road than probably want to be. And pole position and Torres are struggling further down the road here. Living Duck could not get the overtake done. Moreno could not get the overtake done. There is another DRS zone. Tough gets ahead of Verstappen, but I don't know if you want to do it here. It's not the place to do it, Tough. You wanted to wait one more DRS zone to get the move made. And for Living Duck right now, is it time to cuck Floof out of a 4th win just this season? Just this season alone. Or is Floof going to lose 4 races on the final lap? Let's see now. Final DRS zone. Living Duck, with very, very worn, useless tires, is trying to get this move made, and it's going to get it done. Living Duck takes the lead in the last DRS zone, the last couple of corners, but Floof is not done. Floof could come back here. Is he going to get sent to the wall? No. It's going to be a bit of a drag race here, and Tough has fallen behind. Floof is actually coming back here. Floof is for once not going to bottle a race. This is historic. And with that, Floof takes the win ahead of Duck. Rudolph here gets fastest lap. Moreno in 4th at the moment. Tough has gotten 5th ahead of Verstappen somehow. Dark Cloud gets 7 even with mechanical failures. Bolo gets 8th. Ethan gets 9th. Maldonado secures 10th. And Mike, Petropol, and Pando unfortunately score no points here. And with this, the championship is going to be really, really close on the final race of the season. And Floof can live happily ever after knowing that he didn't bottle another one. I won the drag
Sometimes
race.
I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be
It's a
your
Christmas
race.
miracle. Congratulations on your win, Floof. In shambles is radio message from Verstappen here. Double points for Williams. With that, drivers now 3 points separate the two V-Carbs going into Brazil, which will be a wet race, and Rudolph does have one more win than their teammate. Floof gets some good points here, ends up square with Duck. They'll be fighting for 3rd. SCP could get into it. Luna Drift could theoretically get into it. I don't think it's going to happen. We'll have to see how that one goes. And finally, we have points here for some of the lower scoring cars. Tough moves up to 14th. Ethan still at the bottom, but pole position and Baba have both yet to score any points as things stand. Constructors then. RB has definitely got this one locked up. We kind of figured that out last stream. Haas has locked in 2nd place. Alpine could still get knocked out by Sauber here. And keep in mind, Sauber only has 1 point scoring driver. Can you imagine if Duck was put on a different team? Bit unfortunate for Duck. I do need to apologize for that one. But yeah, 119 points. I just want to get this out there. It deserves the acknowledgement. Duck is beating 6 other teams on his own. I don't know points. Yes, it is true. Brazil, final race of the season. There's no double points this time around. Want to ensure that we get that out there. Let's see how this one goes. I'd like to nominate this win. You mean dedicate? Floof, you definitely mean dedicate, not nominate. Floof immediately just hands away the win to someone else after finally winning. To be fair, I'm scoring points. The points for McLaren, not helping me is Lando. Yes. You made that 3rd in the championship. Well, you have just nominated away a race win, Floof. So, sorry, you're no longer 3rd in the championship. Those 25 points have been deducted from the total. But yeah, we are heading to
Our F1 season.
Brazil. And it's gonna rain. We all knew this. Pando, the big question now for you, AFN, is going to be, have they granted you fresh components? If I didn't throw 3 races, I could have been right in the championship fight. If you didn't throw 3 races, Floof, particularly since the V-Cubs have been winning the races you've been throwing, you'd be leading the championship. Like, you've thrown away 3 wins. That's 21 points. They could have gone your way rather than the V-Cub way. The heavens must open up for that stability. With moderate rain, well, you'll have to pray. But it wouldn't surprise me. Let's see what Q1 has to offer. We start on a dry track. I'm fairly sure this is going to be a one-shot quali. It is. It's going to be a one-shot quali. One-shot quali for all the marbles. Ty is out 2nd. I see no damage to components, which means there has been given some fresh ones. We'll take a look at Drift's car in particular after the first quali lap here to see where people are. And Verstappen, that's not where you want to be. You're behind the orange menace of pole position. V-Cub definitely has a favorite. Could we see Verstappen out in Q1? Potentially here, due to being stuck behind a problematic car. Could happen. We also have Pastry here going through the order right now, but everyone is speeding up, so it's perfectly timed. We are good. Currently, Living Duck is going quick. Daily is going quicker.
Currently P1.
And Drift is going quickest out of them all by a huge margin, 2/10. That is big. Verstappen is going quick, but as I mentioned, there is an Orange Menace now in your way. Is that Orange Menace going to slow you down too much? Is Suzuka 18.6? Hold on to you. Oh, 33.6 in second sector. That is a couple of tenths lost. It's not bad, but it's not great. I think Verstappen will still be okay here. And yeah, goes third fastest, but that Menace was not good. And Pando, the favorite to win this one, out in Q1. Suzuka, Bolo, Tough, pole position, all out in Q1. Pole position out right now by 1,000 compared to Moreno. That is really, really unfortunate. But Pando, what did you do? And we do need to remember Daly is going to be penalized for the assassination. And if we take a look at Luna here, it's a fresh gearbox, but not engine nor ERS. That's going to be a little bit disappointing. Have they done anything to the championship contenders? Still a very, well, worn gearbox there for Rudolph. And they've given Verstappen here a fresh engine. That tips the scale in Verstappen's favor, I dare say. Other than that, are there anyone else suffering right now from very worn components? Pole position is, Suzuka is, both engine and gearbox. Mike, pit lane might be a better place for you this race, not gonna lie. Bolo, engine troubles. Petro's been given fresh components. They've given you a new ERS Dark Cloud, but they definitely would have loved to give you a new engine as well. Gearbox for Ty. Moreno should be alright. Ethan should be fine. No, never mind. That's a ERS issue. And for Duck. Duck might actually be a problem. Fresh engine. Baba needs a new car. Daily. That gearbox should be alright. But all in all, not the best setup we've ever seen. It is starting to rain right now. Bolo has to try something. It's still going up very slowly here. Honestly, Pando should have already been out and tried to recover. Has adaptability enough to make the difference here. And as you can see, Bolo improves on their lap. Gets out of danger. Knocks out Moreno. Pando, what are you doing? Pando, why did he not try and improve? Bolo managed to do it. Knocked out Moreno in the process. I lost the race script. Wasn't Flue supposed to win dominantly and bring the championship back to Australia? He was, but then he, you know, bottled it. How many points would I be on if I hadn't thrown away 39? Well, the question isn't just how many points you would have been on, but how many points would you have taken away from the two ahead of you? But with an extra 39 points, you'd be in the lead. By 3 points. But yeah, Ferrari strategy here has the one man who can handle wet wet driving, qualifies last, decides to now we're not trying to improve. We give up. Well, shit. More balls, Dad. True. With that, Q1 is over. The one-shot quali, and it has penalized Moreno, Pole, Tough, Suzuka, and Pando. Pando is a low-key favorite here, but qualifying last is not going to be helpful to you.
And green.
And how is the weather going to be here? It's going to dry up towards the end. Let's just do this. This would actually be perfect for Pando because this is very likely to be adaptability territory. I might throw a party of GG Baba DNFs. That's mean. It's also super hot on track, even with the water.
And mode as well for coming.
You lost your first challenge for a Mr. Beast video. Well, that is one thing you could do. Okay, we have a yellow flag. Rudolph with a spin.
Things look fine here. no, that's not how to
Oh,
do it. And
it's
once
a
it
teammate.
started, they were pretty powerless to do anything.
The V-Cup Civil War has begun. Now, these are the banker laps because it is going to dry out even more. But currently, Ty is on provisional pole. Rudolph got shuffled. The Shadow Realm. Verstappen. That's okay. Needs to beat their teammate. Well, needs to lose less than 3 points there. Or rather, 2 points, and this should be good. We shall see how that one goes. One more chance. Make it count. How dry is it gonna be here? That's the big question. Inters for Verstappen is out first. That is a little bit concerning. I need to get involved in this somehow, but I don't know when a good time is. We'll do it now. We kind of have to do it now. What can Verstappen do? It's not an improvement in the first sector. It is drying up. That is not what you needed. You see here, Floof is nearly a full second quicker in that first sector after waiting a little bit longer. It's a purple middle sector. But is that first sector going to be enough that you end up in trouble here? Dangerman 2 with a 19.7. Barely improves Ty's time. That is concerning, to say the least. And Dangerman here. And Floof, what can they do? Floof goes slower. Gets blocked at the end. And look at all this traffic for Dangerman. Yeah, I should have sent my boy out a little bit later. That's going to suck. And Verstappen here might be saved purely due to traffic. We'll have to see, though. No one else is really improving because they don't have the adaptability to improve. I'm not even joking. So Verstappen kind of did a masterstroke here, as I believe Floof did block me. So I'm probably going to be out here simply because of that. But yeah, no one is improving, and we're going to have a fully randomized Q3. And I believe Rudolph is out as well. Yeah, Rudolph, Taz, Baba, Ethan, Parker, Petrov, all out. Dried up a little bit too much, and no one could use their abilities. And Maldonado here, Floof, SCP. We'll have to see if one gets this, because I did get knocked out by just being gathered up by the Saubers. I should have waited a little bit longer, that's my fault. Big pastry, small pastry, Civil War. Oh no, it's Jova. Adaptability, as you can see, you lose a lot of time if you don't have it. And right here, it did cause some problems. Duck takes the pole position here. Followed by Dangerman, then the two Hasses. Daly, who has picked up a penalty. Then Verstappen, Bolo, SCP, Mike, and Pasta. Cosby out. Restart quality from Q1. Sorry, can't do that. Oh. Oh my. It's going to be very wet in the beginning. Then we're going to have into territory. Wet and into territory intermingling. Essentially. And, well, it's going to dry out around lap 40. We'll see how this one goes then. Let's get our cars into the pit lane where they belong. Then we shall make a decision on how we want to handle this.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. This race, who will win? Only time will tell. Here at the Sao Paulo Grand
Final race of the season, Brazil. It's wet.
And it's lights out.
Let us see
And
here
away we go.
who can make this work. And we have one brave fellow on a wet tie. It is wet right now on the track. Can you clear the cars ahead and get enough of a gap to make those wet tires last? We'll have to wait and see here. Living Duck takes us away. Clean start for most of these cars by the looks of it. Mike did not have a clean start on those wet tires. And that is unfortunate. We'll have to see how this goes. Pando has already moved up a couple of places here with the adaptability. But yeah, Mike needs to clear everyone super quick to make these wet tires actually matter. Because it's already drying. It's already drying right now.
Hit confirm the box.
Give me that good strat, Red Bull. We'll have to
Yeah,
see
I'm in the
if
car.
this is the good strat.
I'm on it.
I've played these games before. Yes. But currently your teammate is holding you up, so I don't know if these games are going to work in your favor. I'm not going to lie. Pull through. Exactly. Your teammate is just, nah, you're staying right there. I'm racing for me and only me. Are we going to see teammate on teammate violence here with the wet tires being absolutely useless? Took the fast lap, how dare we? There we go, Mike makes one up. Currently, Living Duck is creating a little bit of a gap up front. We have a yellow flag. Baba has taken out Rudolph.
2 secs. There's been a crash.
Or Rudolph has taken out Baba, maybe. Yeah. Rudolph runs into the back of Baba. And that is going to be a problem. A massive one, mind you. Baba comes into pit lane. That is their race basically done for. Rudolph needs a new front wing, but we do know that the AI hates giving Cosby front wings, so that's not going to work. Even a 5-second time penalty here is fully deserved. And we are still waiting for Mike to break free, as it were. Mike, at this point, might actually get frustrated enough that he will terminate Verstappen. Christie is very likely to get championship now, unless they DNF. Nineteenth in the championship might be mine. Mike, please no. Please. Execute Order 66. As Ty now spins out of it by looks of it.
Wet out there. And the control's lost. In the end, just a helpless passenger.
Just a helpless passenger, and that is Ty, I believe, out right now, at least, of the fight for the third. Currently, Duck has it ahead of Floof. But yeah, Rudolph is going to need an amazing recovery drive here, and probably also going to need Verstappen to just not finish this race. Can Duck win if they DNF? I don't believe so. Duck is just a little bit too far behind, as you can see. 155 points. Yeah, Duck cannot win it, but can take the third place in the championship away from Floof, which would be a win in even of its own. It is now damp. We're back on interconditions, and with that, Mike here. The gamble has not worked out for you at all. Could not clear the cars effectively enough. And Rudolph is still just chilling out back with a broken front wing. I think that is championship battle over for Rudolph, simply because of a couple of mistakes. Qualifying not going their way, and then assassinating Baba. And look at this, 2 seconds slower than the rest of the cars on track. Just needs to go into the pit lane, serve that penalty, get a new front wing, and every lap you stay out, you are ruining your own chances of getting something out of this, Rudolph. Just takes the L, go to the pit lane. Meanwhile, Pando has silently moved up to 14th, but we do need to keep in mind it is going to dry out around lap 40, so Pando needs to get a move on right now. Living Duck is just chilling out front, having created a 3-second gap to Danger Man, and pole position picks up another mechanical fault to add to the collection. We'll have to see how that works out. With every lap here, it gets faster and faster. It is drying out. And how dry is it going to get here? It's going to start getting wetter again. Mechanical fault for Baba. I would assume that is potentially in relation to the crash. And Mike is still running wet tires out there. Bolo now with a mechanical fault as well. And we could see a puncture for Mike, potentially. Mike is kind of playing with fire right now, and Daly has had a lockup.
But this is what happened. Just look at how wet the asphalt is. Very heavy on the brakes. I don't think it's much of a surprise.
That is lucky for the Red Bull that they did not get assassinadoed. But are you going to get blocked from going to pit lane right now? You are. Mike is picking up a puncture. I don't think there's any way around it. Daly blocks him from going into the pit lane. And then overtakes him. Insult to injury. And here comes Maldonado. And there we have it. It's now a fact. We have a puncture here for Mike. That is going to hold up Pando. Look at that. Look at Pando being held up for so long. Pando lost a good 4 seconds there, chilling behind Mike. That is not going to be a happy Ferrari driver. That is not going to be a happy Ferrari. 4 seconds slower than Moreno up ahead. Mike does find the way into the pit lane here. Pole position picks up another mechanical fault. And they still haven't given Rudolph a fresh wing. So, yeah. This looks to be set in stone right now for Verstappen. Verstappen can DNF, and as long as Rudolph does not score 3 points or more, Verstappen wins. Duck just lapped his own teammate. That's got a sting. But Baba's race has been ruined by the assassination attempt. Look out there. Just enjoying life right now. Keep in mind, if Duck beats Floof here, that means Duck gets certain championship. Floof is second at the moment, trying to chase him down. We'll have to see how this works. Baba right now just falling down the order, and at this rate, Rudolph might even get lapped here in the final race. I have the spelling abilities of an infant. A smart infant or a dumb infant, Floof? We need to know for science. And here we go. Pit stops have begun. Maldonado is in. Bolo is in. Going to be a fresh set of inters for all of these guys, I would assume. And finally, Rudolph comes in now. They finally decided to serve the penalty, and Suzuka needs to pick up a pit stop issue here. Final race of the season. It is faded, as it were. Still has damage, Rudolph, so I assume suspension also took a whack in that crash. That is going to make this a lot harder, or maybe the rear wing even. We're missing some pieces. Yeah, after the first pit stop, Rudolph is nearly a full lap down. Floof now pits and gets overtaken by Verstappen in the pit lane. Was it a slow stop? The Haas signature move makes another appearance here. As Bolo now is behind Floof and could... sorry, Baba, not Bolo. Baba is behind Floof and while being lapped could do some real damage. We'll have to see. But yeah, Floof must have had a slow stop. Can't imagine anything else. Floof infant, okay. Danger Man, are we seeing a double stack here from the... we are. Double stack from the Astons. Looks like it was clean though. Ethan also in the pit lane. We have a yellow flag there for just a moment. Rudolph is continuing this train of misery.
Struggling with the car. They took a gamble and it was just...
At least they kept it out of the wall this time. But yeah, that is that's not good. That is not good at all. For a driver that is already struggling quite a bit. Right now, we are very likely to see Verstappen potentially undercut even Duck if they get a move on. Have to see if they can make that happen. It's still going to keep on raining for another 20-ish laps. And now there's a mechanical fault. That the gearbox that I mentioned finally rears its ugly head as Pando comes in, pits, and it's going to come out in 13th here. There's some cars ahead that still need to pit. Ando could definitely get into the points there, but that poor qualifying definitely has let them down. And look at the gap here now for Duck. 16 seconds to third place as things stand. Duck just having a good time, as it were, as Drift comes into the pit lane. In another universe, I would be champion. Are we doing the tie hypotheticals now, Floof? Luna here. Comes out ahead, behind Dangerman and Floof as things stand. Yeah, I'm curious if anyone can cause any problems for Duck. We'll have to wait and see. Ando now, behind their teammate. Are you catching Moreno? We'll have to see. Moreno in the pits, and you are actually going to come out ahead of Moreno. You're not wrong. I don't think Duck will pit. We'll have to see. Like, it's still 20 more laps. You have use 50% of your tire, and there we go. Duck does come into the pit lane. In terms of how long it takes to pit around here, it's 23 seconds lost. But Duck should come out ahead of Verstappen by a tiny margin, but behind the Mercedeses, which will give Verstappen a chance there to catch up. But we can already see just how well they've timed their pit stop. Duck's advantage has melted away, but there's still another 20 laps of wet. Duck can still regain that lead if they can clear the two Mercedes cars effectively. I have to see now, do you have the speed needed now to get by Dark Cloud? Are you going to be brave enough on the brakes? Not on this corner. And we can already see they're somewhat half to a full second slower than the cars behind. And that is going to give them a chance to catch up. Drift has had a lockup.
Heading down the straight. Oh, and the car locks up.
Luckily not a massive lockup. Otherwise otherwise Danger Man here would have, well, been in danger. Let's just put it like that. Duck finally gets a move on, and with that, clears one of the two Mercedeses. Polo's mechanical fault has escalated. That's not going to be good for the Red Bulls. Drift gets by Danger Man after the lockup. Baba's mechanical fault is escalating and going into the pits. Is it going to be a retirement, or is it going to be fresh tires? Looks like fresh tires. It's slow, but we've seen worse this season as Petrov now just gets out of the way of Duck. Now sets the fastest lap on 19.3. That's nearly 2 seconds quicker than Verstappen. Living Duck in their element right now. Panda, on the other hand, is intent, drawing points as things stand, but it's going to need to get a move on. It's still going to keep on raining for another 15 or so laps. Always need to go to dry tires. Luna, why are you Prime Piastri? Dark Cloud now comes into the pit lane. To be fair, Floof, the same can be said for you. The same can be said for you, Floof. I don't think you can blame your teammate. I think you need to find a mirror and take a deep, hard look. And pull yourself together for next time. Because there is very likely going to be a next time as things stand. Difference between me and Luna is that she was in the championship lead. I never was. Well, you should have been. But you bottled it from day one. Bottled it from day one. By now, most cars have pitted. They should all be able to go till the end. We're going to see Drift here, Danger Man, Maldonado be a bit slow, as they have used a lot of the Inter already. Duck is using a lot of their Inter too to just create a gap as it stands right now. So obviously that one works out for them. But all in all, these mechanical failures that we're seeing down the bottom of the grid could have an impact on the race. Who's had a moment? It's Dark Cloud with a spin.
Take a look here. Oh, it's so wet for them out there. And round they spin. Not a mistake they'll want to make again.
Unfortunate on fresh eyes right there. With that, Ethan has moved up.
And yep, it's the Haas that's affected there.
The Haas is affected.
Now we're just proceeding through turn 4.
Luna here has had an incident with one of the terrorists.
The cars there, unable to
Just
keep
a
out of each
light
other's
touch,
way.
but that is enough that the other Haston gets by. And Luna now down into 6th with low confidence, with worn Inters. It's not where you want to be. What are you doing? The downfall of Luna every season is something no one can explain. Some people are just unlucky in this, to be fair. Some would say she's adrift. Please don't hit me, Luna. I promise I'll be good. Pando now, up into 7th. Are we seeing at least some sort of recovery here from the Ferrari squad? Currently out front, Duck. Still holding a pretty healthy lead. But right now, the two Astons who committed terrorism last race are both very afraid of the Haas behind. They want to get away. They're trying to run. But Luna won't let them. We all know the real MVP of the season is Gigi Baba. Yes. Rudolph still in no man's land, about to be lapped. Championship contender, no longer contending anything. After a terrible qualifying and a equally terrible incident early on. We'll speed this up a little bit. I don't think a lot is going to happen during the rain except for incidents, which we'll get a replay of anyways. Right now, Living Duck, Verstappen, Floof are just chilling out front. Daly is leading the charge of the other point contenders. Then Ethan and Bolo are trying to chase them down before it dries up completely. Fifth, though, might actually run out of tire before it starts drying out. Look at this. It's still going to be at least 5 more laps before we go dry tires. Mike's problem hasn't escalated. He has received a problem. But the Rudolph mechanical fault has escalated. And I think that is the end of the championship struggle here. I do believe we have a winner, unless something spectacular happens. Like a 10-car DNF train. Something that spectacular would have to happen here for anything to change. As Pando is trying to get a move on that Haas that is very scary to be close to. Pando gets it done though, and you can see that it is starting to dry out a little bit here. It is getting drier now with each passing lap. Question is just when do you actually switch tires? When do you jump onto something different? Pando right now. Similar lap time to the car ahead, Danger Man. 5th down to 7th. Is in danger of dropping out of the points if this keeps on. 29% worn tires now, still 2.5 millimeters on track. This is tough for all parties involved. It's at least taking care of those tires, but it's costing a lot of lap time. Moreno gets by. Competitive do the same here. My time has come. And I show standings and constructors. We can take a look at it in just a second. Just want to see if Patrick can get the move done here. Cannot. Standings done. Verstappen takes a very healthy lead. Duck is currently beating Floof for third. And in terms of constructors, the RBs do have this one in the bag. They've had it for a while. But we'll have to see. Nah, Sauber can't get Alpine. It's basically locked in for the most part. Aston Martin here, if they can improve a little bit more, they might get Mercedes. And honestly, I don't think Mercedes is getting Ferrari, but we'll have to see. Ferrari needs a miracle to take the position away. Fifth right now. 25% worn tires. Remember, puncture is 20. We're at 159. Fastest lap goes to Dark Cloud. Ando has moved up to fifth. Is very, very quick right now. But everyone is wearing down their tires as we have a yellow flag. And Luna does have a puncture. Spin into a puncture for Luna.
And that's the moment they lose it. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that?
That is rough right there. And with that, Luna is going to have a hard time scoring points there. It's going to need to pit early. It's going to still have to deal with being on the wrong tire for the occasion. It's not going to be a good time. I'm just going to summarize it with that. But yeah, that makes it a little bit harder for the Hases. Hasn't been a good time. And luckily enough, did not get blocked into the pit lane. We've seen it before where cars get blocked in Brazil and needs to do another lap with the puncture. But Drifty comes in. How far behind are you going to be? And are they going to give you a dry tire? They are going to give you a medium. 124. You are going to be slow as Satan. You might even be quicker. You might even have been quicker. When you start, you're about to get lapped by your teammate. Mechanical fault as an insult to injury here for Drift, as Floof laps their teammate in the final race of the season. I thought Floof was the king of bowling. Luna might have outshined you here, Floof. Condition has changed to dry. We'll have to see now if Pando's adaptability will be given a chance to shine. As Luna decides that, nah, we ain't doing that. Good luck getting daily. You're going to need one more lap there, Pando, as a result of Luna getting in your way. Ferrari puncture. You're not wrong. Definitely not wrong. Maldonado has picked up a puncture. He has passed that away. We'll have to see if anyone else does, but I assume most cars now are just going to jump into the pit lane. It is drying. It's going to get completely dry within a couple of laps. Duck does another lap here, but Verstappen comes in. Floof does another lap. Now what you need right now, Floof. Medium tire, but that's a very, very slow stop. A very slow stop there.
Now, down to the pits.
Ando almost gets out ahead of Verstappen. That's how slow that stop was. That's quite unfortunate, as it were. There is a number of cars here that are doing a second run. And that might really, really backfire. Tough out in 13th. Are we going to have anyone blocked going into pit lane? Duck finally comes in. I assume we're going to see Floof come in right now too. And I assume we'll see everyone. And a double stack very likely here from Mercedes. That's going to be a yikes moment. Duck with a clean stop. This is your time to shine. You actually did your job. That's illegal. You're not supposed to do that. Clean stop for one Mercedes. And for the other. Bolo now comes in. I comes in. And off the pit stop here, we're seeing Pando up into the podium places. Haven't gotten... What happened to Verstappen? Is it just the adaptability? Pando has gotten 10 seconds and gotten an overtake on Verstappen. What is this? That's nuts. Pando has even gotten by Floof. Mike's fault is escalating now. What lap times are you doing here, Pando? At 13. What is everyone else doing? That's going to be the big question. 20.5. 20.5. Adaptability rearing its head right now. But it is getting drier, and the drier it gets, the less effect we're going to see from that adaptability. We even see Ethan and Tough here in the points. Well, Ethan, not Tough. But Pando has definitely, it's definitely taking... Pando is going to be up front here by the time we get to the dry period. That's insane. Moreno gets fastest lap away from Pando. But yeah, Pando now up into second place. Still needs to get Living Duck, but it has completely dried out. And with that, Pando now has lost advantage. But with that, we can kind of see just how much time has been gained there. Pando started last, up into second now. 2 seconds off the lead. But yeah, there's some healthy leads going on around here. Baba has been lapped 3 times. Rudolph has been lapped at this point. That is a terrible end to that championship bid. Is that a P2 for you? No, Floof. You're just too shit on the wet for it to be a P2. Let us take a look at Mike's car condition. There's been a request. There you are. Yeah, I think it's... I think it's time for the scrapyard, mate. Unfortunately, you are not going to have anything here, unfortunately, due to the AI just being very, very bad at managing components. I'm very sorry. We might need to make an apology video to the adaptability stat. I don't think so, because over the course of the season, the adaptability stat isn't actually strong enough to win anything. If we take a look at Pando right now and where he's lined up, Pando is in 7th. So, yeah, I don't think the adaptability stat is super strong. If you can get race wins, and that basically being your only source of points. Just 1 or 2 more laps of mix, and I would be dominating. You would. You would. I'm not doing well because I have 67 accuracy. I mean, that makes sense. Right now, Daly and Danger Man are trying to chase down Moreno. Petrov and Darkcloud are also in that mix. It's just a train up to 5th. And Kristappen now laps Rudolph. Rudolph lapped by their teammate here. It's not what you want to see, but it is the reality. And right now, Floof is actually reeling in Pando, but with 15 laps left to go, it requires some work. Rudolph now, the 4th has become terminal. It is time to just say, it's been a good season. Could have been better. Time to retire and just say thank you and bye-bye. There we go. Rudolph retires. The championship contender had a terrible end to the season here in Brazil. Congrats to Kristappen. That is true. Kristappen now is the winner. Has taken the title. There's no one that can take it away. The question now that remains is just, can Floof reel in Pando with 13 laps to go? Are anyone going to cause any major issues further down the road? And look at this. Baba is still struggling to get ahead of Rudolph. Still struggling with the unlap after the violence that was wrought upon them. As they cause some problems here for Pando. That cost a bit of time. That's going to allow Floof to close the gap. Allow Floof to get closer. Baba, 4 laps down right now. Drift is also a lap down. And it's not getting up ahead anymore. Fastest lap in the names of the redemption as the overtake happened. Suddenly Floof has caught up to Pando. Massive DRS pull. Could they work together to catch Duck here now? It's going to be the big question. Floof needs... straight up needs cooperation here from Pando to DRS back and forth so they can close the gap down to Duck. That's the only way Floof gets third. What happens if Duck goes first, Floof second? Neither of them can catch up to Verstappen, but Duck would beat Floof to third.
There's been a crash.
Been a crash involving multiple vehicles. Pole position needed one final shenanigan. But to be fair, I think that's more on the Red Bull. So we can't blame pole position too much. They are getting their cameos even in damaged machinery. Right now, Pando and Floof, can you DRS chase down Living Duck? Mike gets a penalty for that one. Oh, hell no. The penalty, not well received, as it turns out. Pole position into the pit lane. Just one big duel further down the road. And one moment is all it takes. Floof and Pando here. They're reeling in the race leader. 6/10 in that last lap. If they can keep this up, there will be a three-way fight for the win here. Floof gets pushed a little bit wide, but I think he accepts that outcome if it closes down the gap to the car in front. No, I steal from you. Well, Ethan, you're currently pretty comfy here. 11-second gap to 11th. You do need a miracle to get further up the order here with 6 laps to go. And here we go. They're squabbling too hard right now. They lost half a second on that final lap. Floof and Porras here are just being a little bit too aggressive with each other. Instead of reeling in, they're now losing time. Further down the order, there's still the four-way fight between Dark Cloud, Moreno, Petrov, and Danger Man. Not much is happening there. And in terms of Floof and Porras, they're still losing time. They're not cooperating at all to get this reeling done. Living Duck is very likely to have secured third place in the championship as a result. The one-man team here, you could say, even though Baba lives in all of our hearts for the moments that have been brought to us. Yeah, they are losing now. They're 5.5 seconds behind. At this rate, Verstappen might even get involved. They lost 1.5 seconds the last lap to Living Duck. What are you boys doing? I have to drop and we'll miss the end of the stream, but I trust the AFN to execute Order 66 on Floof. We'll see how that goes. See you later, Dan. Appreciate you dropping by, being part of this, and again, thank you for the donation to the cause, I guess I could say. See you next time. Watch how Bron stays Floof. Honestly, the best outcome here, AFN, is you and Floof crash into each other, take each other out. See you later, Dan. Have a good day. Let us see here, Pando. Do you have what it takes? 3 laps to go to cause Floof another bottle. Let bottle job Floof. 3 laps to go. Baba gets some screen time right there. Darkla, Moreno, and Man are also still in this. Ethan is holding on, but Maldonado is currently causing problems further down the track. Living Duck is just chilling out front. Has been their race from basically start to finish here. Question is what Pando can do now. Is this my PT? Is it, Floof? Is it? FN, I need a Order 66 right now. With extra violence. Can you do that for me? I think it's time Floof gets a 5-second penalty, keeps on exceeding track limits. You get the run on Pando there. Currently, we have Mercedes leading the train for the last point scoring positions down here. Dangerman and Moreno has not given up yet. Final lap has begun. Duck is leading, followed by Floof and Pando, and they are still fighting this out for second place. Who is going to come out on top? Then we have Verstappen, Daly, Petrov, Dark Cloud, Moreno, and Dangerman. And Pando takes the lead. Who is going to take the lead in the other fight here? It's Mercedes versus Mercedes with Moreno and Dangerman looking for any sort of freebies. Daly might even get involved here with the race leader, or rather championship winner. Potentially, we'll have to see. Right now, Floof is in third. Pando is in second. Time to make Floof eat bronze. I will win the drag race. Well, Living Duck wins. Can Floof win the drag race to the line here? No. Pando gets it. Then we have Verstappen, followed by Daly. Then we have Dark Cloud leading the charge ahead of Petrov, Moreno, and Dangerman. They will stay as they are by the looks of it. And finally, Ethan here will score the final point this season for Williams. Luna Drift had a terrible end to the season. Rudolph had a terrible end to this season. And honestly, Baba, 5 laps lapped after getting completely shafted very, very early on.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
With that, Pando makes up 18 places to get second place here. Very, very good performance. Tez, Parker, Moreno, all of them had a good race here. Driver's then, Verstappen takes the title this season. 15 points ahead of their teammate. Duck gets third. As things stand ahead of the Floof. 1 race win, 5 podiums. The sole point scorer for Sauber as things stand. Floof in 4th, SCP 5th, Luna in 6th. Had a great start to the season and then just couldn't keep it going. Pando gets 7th, Tess in 8th, Dangerman 9th, Moreno in 10th, Petrov in 11th. Then we have Mike, Pasta, Daly, Tough, Suka, Olo, Ethan, and the 2 non-scoring drivers, Baba and pole position. Constructors then, RB with a very dominating season, followed by Haas, followed by Alpine, who survived barely ahead of Sauber here, almost beaten by the one-man show. Ferrari in 5th, Mercedes in 6th, Aston Martin in 7th with 69, very nice. Then we have Red Bull, Williams, and finally McLaren. McLaren also had a one-man show, but couldn't beat Williams even so. With that said, that is this season over and done with. Baba was down 5 laps, yes. And apparently the board is not very happy with me. They've lost confidence. Shocker. For everyone who crash vacated me in Vegas, I love you all. Alpine, yes. Williams did beat the McLaren. If we bring this back for 10th season, we need to adjust points. I think the whole of top 6 have nearly identical builds. It wouldn't surprise me, but I think we'll do something with the cars, like Ezra mentioned, that whoever is last after like every session, I'll give them a small buff to their cars, so you can kind of make a balanced driver, and gamble on getting your car buffs to give you a boost at the end of the season. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe tweak the points too. I don't know if we're going to do another one. It's probably not going to be until, in the new year, if we do. But we will have to wait and see. There's not a secret 13th race, unfortunately. It's just the way that I do things in order to give the AI less time to cause mayhem. Basically, we are just in July. I've packed the calendar with 12 races before July in order to ensure that the AI gets less time to develop parts. It helps with avoiding Super Saiyan cars. And it also makes pit stops a little bit more interesting. So, yeah. You could change and make people change their builds so no two are similar. To be fair, this was just a very free season compared to how we usually do. There's usually some pretty strict rules that does lead to people having different builds. But this is probably one of the freest seasons in terms of rules that we have ever done. So we'll have to see. But as mentioned, probably not anything until the new year if we do another season of this. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you had fun. I did. It was actually kind of fun to do this again. It has been a very long time since I've done anything really F1 Manager related. It feels good to stream again. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Go rest my leg. Remember to my videos when Floof gets S rank on his team trials team, then I'll make Uma Musume videos. As mentioned, I've tried to make something, but I just don't feel like it's good, to be fair. But maybe I'll change my mind in the future. But we shall see. Rest and heal up. Hopefully, I will be able to do just that. Everyone buying, I hope you like the covers. If you got your win, he did get his one win, yes. Thank you very much, Ethan. Thank you for everyone who's wishing me well. Mike would like to take this final time to invite anyone to his own private little series. He still requires 4 drivers. You don't need to do anything other than name, number, and country. Sorry, Nero. Thank you, Nero. Don't worry, Mike. Have fun with your private little series. I hope it. I hope you have. I'm stumbling over my words. I hope it turns out great and that you have a lot of fun with it. Hopefully, if people are interested, as you can see, it's pretty easy to join Mike's project. You just need to give him a name, number, and country. And I think he will create an around the grid type save, if I'm not mistaken. If you ever feel bored, just remember we can still do the rest of the season and count it as season 10. Nah, I think if we do something like that, AFN, I'll be basically setting up something new from scratch and probably adding in some rules like Edster. I kind of like the idea that you can make a build that is pure speed, yes, but those who make more balanced build, this falls behind. We give them car buff throughout the season to make things a little closer, a little bit more challenging, and maybe we tweak the point system a little bit too to keep it closer. I feel like the season we tweaked the points was actually pretty decent. So we'll see what we do. No setup required. True, but I think we'll just see more of what we've already had. Thank you very much for the wishes of a good recovery, Mike. Appreciate it. But yeah, we shall see. I'll get you your number 7 hero. I guess Davis lets you have retry numbers. Honestly, just pick anything really, Mike. Let Jules have his number. He deserves it. If you have 100 defending, the points don't count. So everyone has 100 defending. Is that what you want, Floof? Like everyone have 100% cast, nobody goes Super Saiyan? I think you can make casts that are beyond 100%. They're just unstable. It's why people are afraid. Like I got 4 different people messaging me privately before the season began that, are you sure we should do these cars with these types of drivers? Because we're going to have a guaranteed 10 DNFs every race. Like, people were concerned. But it's basically when the cars go beyond the parameters that they become bombs. I guess. Missiles, if you will. So keep that in mind. Papaya rules. But yeah. Again, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all very much for being a part of this. I appreciate you all. Gonna have to give good old Bribe also a little bit of appreciation from Justin and Dan. And we'll see what we do in the future. Why are people concerned? Because we've had incidents where we've had 10 plus DNFs with low rated drivers and quick cars, so people were just worried that we'd have a destruction derby rather than anything else, which honestly, destruction derbies are fun in their own right. We had the no smoothness seasons. Like, if they were very random, but they were still fun. So we'll have to see. Maybe we do an unstable season. Maybe we do something interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see how we want to do that. But I would like to once again just thank you everyone, and I'm gonna go and chill and hopefully get some sleep because, as I mentioned, didn't really get much sleep last night. See you all next time. Bye bye.